Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I am Pam Hodge. I am the business consultant in our professional services department. Today, we will be going over document management in NEOS. My co-hosts today are Lauren Root, who is the KB content manager. She is the person that writes all the KB articles. And we have Don Rowan, who is our QA and trading from our support team. Today, we're going to be talking about document management. With that, let me share my screen. Today, we will be talking about document management. On the agenda today, we're going to talk about your document types, categories, and tags, how to generate, duplicate, and upload documents, how to send documents from NEOS through DocuSign, how you can email documents, also upload your documents associated with emails. And then we will finish out with how to use our PDF editor, which is a premium product. And then Ms. Lauren will round us out with talking about the knowledge base and Porter preview. So we're going to jump right in and we're going to go straight into NEOS. Always the first thing that you want to talk about and think about when you are doing anything in NEOS is permissions. So we're going to go to our settings. Once you go to settings, you're going to go to your permission groups. Best practices is always set people up in groups. So I'm going to go to the PAM group. When we're dealing with documents, we're going to go to general permissions and we're going to go to the case. When we go to the case, we're going to scroll down to documents. So you want to enable everybody to see documents. You want them to be able to add documents. You want them to be able to modify documents. Your firm may choose to allow or not allow them to delete documents. If you do, you can click this. If you don't want everyone to delete documents, you can choose to give them the red circle with the X through it. Once you make these changes, you want to hit save. Once you hit save, it's going to set these permissions for everyone that's in this group. Once you give everybody permissions to access the document, you're going to go to special permissions. With the special permissions, you can scroll. I like to go up here to my search and I start typing documents, generate documents and forms. You want to make sure that that's enabled for those people that can generate documents and forms. And then the other is being able to make modifications to the case folder. Can they change the case folder? What that means is that allows them to change the folder. Once we get into a case and we're talking about documents, I will reference back to this. One thing that I forgot to say at the beginning is if anybody has questions as we're going through this, there is the Q&A button down below. So if you have any questions, put your questions there and Don and Lauren will filter those. All right. So once you have set up permissions, you're going to go into a case. When you go into a case, you're looking at case docs. When I go to the case docs, we want to talk about the importance of organization when you're coming to your document. There's no need for servers any longer because every document that is housed in NEOS is backed by Microsoft and we use SharePoint. So all your documents are housed in the cloud now. With that being said, there is a back folder that connects your NEOS case to the folder that resides in SharePoint. If I was to hit the three dots here, when I hit the three dots here, I can open in SharePoint. When I open in SharePoint, it is just like you're going to your server, to your X drive, T drive, whatever you guys used to call it. And this is going to shows me that these are all my case files and this is the folder that is linked to this case. When I was talking about being able to change folders, here is where somebody would be able to change folders. I would say best practices is only allow admin or people that are, in charge to ensure that people do not randomly change case folders, because if you change this case folder, you could link the wrong case to this. So just be mindful about that. We always say that admin people should have the ability to change case folders and not every individual person. All right. once you go into your case doc, and we talked about how it's backed by SharePoint, you're going to organize your documents. So you can have up to 3 layers of folders within SharePoint and within Neos. So your main folder would be your case folder. And then within that folder, you can have subfolders, which are considered our document types. So right here are document types. These are the different document types that we have. Now, if you're an admin, you're able to go to settings, go to your directories, and go to your document types. Your document types, these are all the ones that are available to you. If you want to add new ones, you just hit the add button, name it, give it the description, make it active. But when you're looking at these, you can also give them colors. So if you want to see all the different colors, you just hit this, choose what color you want the folder, and you hit OK. Again, not every single individual person is going to have access to do what I just did. You have to have admin rights. So you name the document type, you can give it a description. Additionally, with these document types, you can give each one of these document types different field names. So if I go here and edit fields, I can hit this drop down, and these are predefined fields that you can add to your document type. So this is an agreement. I'm just going to choose correspondence and hit save. And then you're like, well, what does that mean, Pam? So what happens is anytime anybody takes a document and says, hey, I want it in the agreement folder, they're going to have some additional fields that they can fill in that's going to be available to them specific to their document type. Once you set up your document types, your second level folder is going to be your categories. So if I go back to my case here, you see that we have document types. I don't have any categories in tags. So if I say for demand, so if I go back over here to my document type, and I am going to go look at demand. So I'm going to go to settings, and I'm going to find the demand folder. It gives me a color. If I go to categories, what type of demand is it? Is it a, initial demand? Is it a follow-up demand? A lot of these categories, you can say, hey, it's a demand, but what type of demand? So the easier way to think about this is pleadings. When you're looking at pleadings, is it interrogatories, request for production, discovery? Is it motions? How do you want to define the type of pleading that may be in that folder? So to create your categories, you have your available categories over here. If you want this category to be associated with this document type, you can drag and drop it and then hit save. Any category, as you're looking, if there is a category that you want to create that's not here, that is when you're going to go back to settings. And when you go to settings, you're going to go to your mini directories and you go to document categories. These are your document categories. If you want to add a new, you hit add, and then you add the new categories here. I'm going to discard. Now, if we go back to documents, this is where I'm looking. Here's a demand. If I single click, it's going to bring me my flyout panel. If I want to add additional categories, when I hit this drop down, my only option is amended. Because I say in a demand, the only subcategory that you can have is amended. So notice down here, I get a processing. So it's going to create that subfolder for me within SharePoint that says, hey, this is a demand, but it is an amended demand. And then I have additional where I can have tags. What are tags? Tags can be a variation of anything. So if I go back to settings and I go back, we're going to go back to our mini directories, and I'm going to scroll down to tags. So the tags, these are the additional tags, which would be your third level to your folder. So all these are my options. These are pre-built out. You can add them. Now, if I go back to my case and I go back to this top document and I go here to tag, go to details and go to tag, when I hit this drop down, I can choose any of these. But let's just say that I have a tag that is specific to this case. So I can say Pam's tag, and as I'm typing, it's going to say there's no results, but I want to add Pam's tag as a case tag. So when I do that, the only time I see this tag will be in this case. So you can have the predefined one that everybody gets to use, or you can have one that's case specific. Now, if we're looking at this, I can see I have demands, I have my categories, which were amended, and then I have my tags. When you're looking at all three of these, if I go up here, I can see my subcategory demand. With that being said, if I hit demand, it's only going to show me documents that are within this document category. Same thing with correspondence. If I only wanted to see documents with correspondence, they're all here. If I go to all files, it's going to show me everything. So your document types are going to be your main folder, your categories would be your second level folder, and then your tags would be your third level folder. So when you're looking at this, you think about how you organize a paper file. So you would have your expando, your correspondence, and then if you had subfolders within that subfolder, that's where you're going to talk about your document categories and tags. All right, looks like we don't have any questions, so I'm going to keep moving. All right, now, how do we generate documents in Neos? So you have this button up here, generate with Neos AI or generate new. What is the difference between the two? If you are on the platinum tier, you have the ability to generate documents with Neos AI. If anybody that's on here that doesn't have Neos AI and you want a trial, we're doing a 45-day promo right now where you get to try Neos AI for 45 days for free. Anybody who wants additional information can reach out to your customer success manager or reach out to our support team. All right, here we're going to talk about generating new. This generate new is going to give you a list of all of your templates that's in your system. This is how you generate documents. So when you're looking at this, you're like, okay, what document am I going to create? Here, I'm going to choose a client contact letter. Ooh. Here, you're going to get your preview of the template. Once I hit next, you have this screen. This is where you get to choose the information. You get to choose who the party is, who your client is, and then some of these are preset in the template to automatically pull information. Because my document type is correspondence that's set up in my template, it automatically populates that. And then I can choose what category do I want it to go to. So if this is a client correspondence, I can choose correspondence client. Now, as I'm creating this document, if you notice this is where the document name is. So here I can change this document name and I can say Pam's client letter. Okay, now that I have this set, I go here and hit generate document. When I hit generate document, Neos is going to go in there and it's going to pull my template. It's going to fill in all the information based off the data in my case. Once the document's ready, you're going to see this teal circle with white check. I can select my document from here, or I can go up here and click here. Once I click the document, it is going to open up the document itself. Now, we all know SharePoint is the backing of all of our documents. So by design, it's going to open up in the web browser. If you choose to open up in the web browser, that's fine. But if you want it to open up in the desktop, you can set a setting. So I'm going to go back over here to my document. Go to settings. We're going to talk about going to your staff profile. So when I hit my staff profile and I find my name, if I want Word documents to automatically open up in the desktop version, I'm going to go to my advanced and then choose this. Once I activate this and you go back to your document here, you will always hit this where it will it will not have you check this. You check it one more time and you hit open in Word. When you hit open in Word, it's going to open the document in the Word doc. All right. I'm going to bring my Word document up here. And then it's going to fill in all my information based off the template. It automatically pulled the information from the case. Notice that you have autosave on here. Because it is a web product, your autosave will always be turned on. It's going to keep constantly updating anytime you go over here and make any changes. You make any changes and it's going to automatically save. So as soon as I made that change, it's saying it's saving it. Okay. Once I close this, it's going to take me directly back to my case. I see my document here is completed, and the document that I just created was saved right here to my case. Now, we're going to go do that again because I always like to show people when you're generating new and you choose your document. So I'm going to go choose medical. So I'm going to type in the word medical up here, and then it's going to give me a list of all my templates that have to do with medical. So I'm going to say medical record request test. It shows me my information here. I'm going to hit next. Now, when I go to this window, I can choose which medical provider I'm wanting to do. Now, before I move on, I can go here and hit this plus key. So if I'm doing medical requests and I want to do all my requests at one time, I can create all these documents at once, and then I can say Dr. 1, and then just rename these all the way down. You know, of course, I wouldn't put a generic doctor or whatever. I would put whoever the medical provider was. Once I choose all this information, I choose, you know, what it's going to be linked to. Again, it's pulling information from your case. Once you fill that and you hit generate document, it's going to tell you it's going to generate 5 documents at one time. Would you like to proceed? Once you say yes, you hit accept and continue, and it is going to create all 5 documents for you. Once the batch is completed, you can view the batch, and it's going to show you all the documents that it just created. So here are all 5 documents that were just created within that batch. Now, again, because I set it up, it's going to give me my document type, my category, and my tags. I can fill that in as I'm generating and creating documents. All right. Now, if you want to upload documents to Neos, if I have documents that are on my desktop that I've scanned and for mail and stuff like that, I can go to my desktop. I can grab the documents. So I'm grabbing the documents from my desktop, and I'm going to drag and drop. When I drag and drop, notice the screen's blue. And once I release them, it is going to upload the 2 documents. The name is being pulled from the name that I had on my desktop. If both of these documents are going to the same document type, category, and tag, I can select name and choose up here that I want everything to go to the correspondence tab. I want it to have a category or arbitration, and then I can choose my tab. Now, once I fill this in, I can hit apply, and it's going to automatically populate this information. If I decide, hey, this is actually a medical document, so it doesn't need to go to correspondence. So I want to go here and I said, hey, it's a medical record, and it's actually, you know, the ambulance records, and I want to get rid of that. Once I fill the information in, I hit save. Once I hit save, it is going to make a copy of those documents that were on my desktop and bring it into my case. and here's the information. Now, a lot of people want to know, how do I duplicate a document? People may ask, why do you want to duplicate a document? But let's just say that you have set a motion and you need to amend that motion. So if I go over here to my motions category, I see all my motions. If I want to take this motion and duplicate it to create a new document, I hit my drop down, I say duplicate. When I hit duplicate, it's going to ask me how many times I want to duplicate it. I only want to duplicate it once in this instance. So once I hit duplicate, it is going to duplicate that document for me. Now, if you notice, it's still going to give me the same date. So you're wondering, how are you going to know which document is duplicated? If I bring this down, notice there is a 1 after it. So this is my duplicated document. So before I move on, before I even open it, I want to single select and get my flyout panel. And this is where I can go to my details and I can say, hey, this is my amended. Oops, if I can spell amended. Ooh. And I can get rid of the 1 if I want. It's me. I can change the date today. Oops. I want today's date, which is the 4th. And then I can add a category because it's amended. And then if I want to add a tag, I can add my tag. Now, once I've made all this, I'm going to say open file. So right here, it's going to open up my Word document. Again, remember, if I've set this, it will automatically open in the desktop. I don't click that because I get to show people this. Once I hit open Word, it is going to open my document in the desktop. And then here is the motion based off of my original document. And then I can go in here and make any changes, modifications that I want. Remember, it's going to auto save. And then I close my document. In the future, when you're setting everything to your desktop, say don't ask again, and you won't get that pop up anymore. All right. So we know how to generate documents. We know how to duplicate documents. Now, if you have a document that you need to send it to somebody and you have DocuSign, what you can do is you can go to the document itself. So I'm going to go back to all files and let's see, do I have something in fee agreement? And I'm like, okay, what's the easiest way besides scrolling? I may be new to the firm and I don't know how we categorize it. I can go up here and type in the word fee, and it's going to filter out any documents that I have with that. So I can say, so maybe not fee. So let me try agreement. Is there anything that may be in here that says agreement? Oh, okay. I have this document right here that's a prenup, and that's the one I need to send to my client. I hit the drop down. I choose send to DocuSign. Once I hit send to DocuSign, it's going to ask me, who is the signer? So you're going to choose who's going to be signing the document. And then you can put in here, agreement, and then hit send to DocuSign. If your firm has DocuSign, you can go to your integrations and the settings and connect your DocuSign account. Once I hit send through DocuSign, it is going to give me the window that I'm familiar with when it comes to DocuSign. If you're already signed in, it's going to automatically open up DocuSign for you. DocuSign is going to now analyze the document. And down here, I can hit send. If everything is preset because I have created my template using the DocuSign tag, I should not have to do anything other than hit send. When I hit send, it's going to say, hey, do you want to add fields to your recipient? If this document was not set up with the DocuSign tag from Neos, you do have that option in DocuSign to add the fields now. I would just hit add fields, go choose where they needed a sign or initial, and then hit the send. Right now, I'm going to say send without fields. So now I'm going to get the thing that says it's being sent through DocuSign, Neos and DocuSign, and the document was sent through DocuSign. Up here, you will see once they sign it, when they sign it, it's going to upload the document directly back to Neo. So once you open this up, it will show you the signed information that was received from DocuSign. So once it's come back, it'll upload it with all the signatures. It will not upload it until all signatures have been received. All right. If you need additional, hey, has somebody opened it and stuff like that, you will still have to go to DocuSign to see that additional information, because Neos is only going to provide you with the final signed document. All right. Now, if you are wanting to send multiple documents through email, I'm going to clear my filters. Once I clear my filters, all my documents come back through. All right. So if I have these documents here that I want to send through email, I can select one or multiple and then hit details and say email. When I hit email, notice that it only grabs my one document. If you're sending one document, it's going to do this. Now, go back. Let's choose these. If I'm doing multiple documents, I want to go to bulk actions and I want to say email. Once I do that, it is going to pull up my documents here. When I hit my drop down, anybody that's in my case that I have their email, it's going to associate there. It's going to put the case name and the case number. I can add additional information in my subject line. And then this is just the body of my email. Now, down here, please know that Neos is going to automatically take any document, no matter what the format is, and change it to PDF. If I want to send these documents in the original format, I'm going to choose original, and it's going to send it in Word. If I want it to automatically convert these Word documents to PDF, I leave PDF. There is an option for link. You only want to use link if you're sending documents internally, because this is linked to SharePoint and you don't want to give people access to your SharePoint. So the link should be reserved for internally. Once I decide who it's going to, it has my documents, and I hit send, it is going to take these documents, it's going to send the email out, and then once the email goes out, I can go to my notes tab and see the information itself. All right. Sorry. My computers are running a little slow. All right. Let's hope my internet's not going down on me. All right. So if I go to my notes tab here, I can see the email that I just sent. And if I hit the drop down, it's going to show me my body of mine. I can double click it. When I double click it, it's going to show me my documents that it sent. If I need to see the original email to see how it went out, I can say download original email. Notice I get my email button up here. And if I double click on this, it will open up my email for me. And then notice here, it's going to show me that the documents went out as PDF. Okay. Now, with that being said, if I have an email that has come in and there's documents attached to it, and I want to upload those documents to Neos, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my email. Now, I am assuming that everybody on this call already has the Outlook add-in for Neos. The Outlook add-in will need to be downloaded from the Microsoft Office App Store. Once you do that, it's going to attach it to your Outlook. If anybody is having any issues with their Outlook add-in, please reach out to our support team. They'll be more than glad to help you. Now, here is my email. These are documents that I need to get to my case. And I want to file this email to my case. I have my Neos for Outlook. When I hit this, I get the option to tag the email and look at case information. When I say tag email, it's going to give me a list of cases. Now, because I have not logged in a while and I go between several different systems, it's going to ask me to sign in. And let's hope that I remember my right password. Yay, got the right password. All right, now that I've signed in, I have a list of all my cases. Of course, this is going to be a list of cases that I've recently used, or it's going to try to match my name with cases. So in my test database, I have lots of cases that I play with, but specifically, I want a specific case. I can go up here and look for the email, name, case intake, or phone number. But looking at here, I know this is the case that I want. Once I select the case I want, I select on it, and it's going to ask me, do I want to include my attachments? I'm going to say yes. I can bypass answering these questions, or I can say, okay, I want these documents to go to the correspondence tab, and I want it to have a category of attorney. I want this to go to the medical tab. So I can go say it's going to go to medical records, and this is, say, ambulance records. Now, once I do that, it's going to say email. I'm going to hit tag. If I hit this drop down are your note topics. So if I decided that I didn't want it to see email and I wanted to say something else, I could choose that. But in my firm, we're going to say, hey, it's an email received, and I'm going to tag the email. Once the email has been tagged, it's going to show me that this email is tagged to this case. But also, if I look up here, it's showing me that the email is tagged in Neos as well. Now, I'm going to go back to my case. I am going to go to the Notes tab. Here is the email that I just filed to the case. And then if I go to my Case Docs tab, here are the two documents that I just uploaded. So essentially, in one step, I filed my email to the case and I uploaded the document to the appropriated document tab. Now, seems pretty simple. Just remember, make sure that you do have the add-in that was downloaded from the Microsoft Store. All right. Any problems, please reach out to our support team. All right. So last but not least, we're going to talk about how to work with PDF documents. So with PDF documents, you do have the PDF editor, which is a premium product. So if you have the PDF editor, we're going to talk about how to use it. Not everybody on this webinar may have this feature, but if it's something that you're interested in, please reach out to your customer success manager. You can email the team, or you can reach out to the support team. Like I said earlier, we have that 45-day free trial for our platinum tier that gives you everything in one package. All right. So here, I want to go here and I want to make modifications to this PDF document. If I have the PDF editor, when I hit this drop down, I'm going to have an option that says PDF editor. When I hit PDF editor, it is going to open up the document in an editor view. With this being said, it's very similar to Adobe, but it is not Adobe. Keep in mind, it is not Adobe, but it is similar to Adobe. I have the option to view, annotate, make shapes, insert things, redact things, edit it, fill and sign, and create forms. Now, let's say this is a demand package and I want to add all of my medical records to this document. Up here at the top, it says add documents. When I hit add documents, it is going to give me all the documents that are in my case. I can categorize by category. So if I'm just looking for, ambulance records, I can select these. So this is where it's good to have your document types, your categories and all that. So if you're just specifically looking for something, you could choose that. So if you had the categories, for records and bills, right here, you could go up here and just look for records and bills and it'll give you that list. And you can go and select all of them at the same time. Once you select your documents, you hit a top. So it's going to go grab those documents. It's not going to move them. It's going to make a copy of them. And then it's going to add all those documents to this current document. Now, I can hit save and save it to this. But if I want to create a second document, I can say save as, and I can choose, complete demand package. Once I type this in, I get to choose my category. But now I don't want it to be on my record tab. I want it to be on the correspondence tab. And then it is the demand. So I can say choose demand and then hit save. Once I hit save, it's going to take that document and it's going to create a second document for me. So if I go back here to my case, here, this is my original document, and here's my complete demand package. Now, I'm going to go back here to this document because this is the one that, if I'm looking at this, now, please note, if you're here and you make changes to this, look, you're making changes to this document. So if you decide, hey, this is not the one I want to make changes to, you close out of it and you go to the one that you want, edit with PDF, and then it's going to give you the correct document that you want to make changes to. Once this loads up, like I said, you can view it. You can make annotations. What am I saying? So if I need to, highlight things, I just choose what I want to do. If I don't want that, I can just get rid of it. If I want to add shapes, I can choose my shape and add my shape to my document. I can insert one of the stamps. I can create a new stamp. If I want to redact items, I can just select items to redact, and then it's going to redact. If you're redacting, you will always get an option over here what you want to do. So once you choose everything that you want to redact, you can say redact all, and it's going to redact everything and make you apply that to this document. Once it's there, it's going to be blacked out. If you want to edit the document, you're going to be able to edit. You can make it fill and sign, or you can create specific forms with it. Once you make changes here, you can hit save and it's going to update this document. These options up here are very similar to what you guys have in Adobe. It's not full Adobe, but it gives you some of that functionality. If you want to bait stamp documents, up here where it says edit and generate PDF, if you hit the three dots, it's going to say edit bait stamp. When you open this up here, you get to type in your text. You get to choose the position, the number of digits, and you get the starting number. Here you have a prefix. Your options are case name, your case number, the first party's full name, or the first party's name ID. Your suffix are the same. And then you can include the date before or after. This right here is going to give you a preview of what you're going to see based off of the information here. So if you say, hey, I wanted to have my case name, but the suffix is going to be my case number, notice how it's going to give you a preview of what it's going to look like. If you want to include the date before or after, same thing. Or if you don't want the date at all, it will remove the date. Once you decide what your bait stamping is going to be. You hit save. When you hit save, it is going to add the information down here at the bottom. Notice, because I haven't gotten out of my fill and sign, it's going to keep asking me to fill and sign things, okay? So we're going to put it there so it'll stop asking me. All right, and I'm going to close my fill and sign. Once I'm finished with my document, I'm going to hit save. So it's going to save my document. Did I want to create a new document? No, I want it to save the changes that I had based off of what I just did. Now, I know I went over a lot of information. Miss Lauren and Miss Dawn, is there anything that people may want me to go back over, or?
So I have one question in here, Pam.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so they're saying the bait stamping is wildly long. Is there a way to leave out the prefix or suffix?
Currently, it's built in there to give it a prefix and a suffix. I know that it is on the product's radar to make some modifications to the suffix and prefixes to give you other options. That may be sometime this year, but you can definitely reach out to your customer success manager. They may be able to give you better direction or information as any changes they're going to be making to the bait stamping. And you can always check our ideas portal to see where we are in the process. All right. I see Chris is asking about when staff will be added to the to and from CCs and the emails. That's on the product roadmap. Your customer success manager should be able to give you an update on that. All right, and I will take one more question right now, and then I will turn it over to Ms. Lauren to round us out with the KB articles. I'm looking to see here, it says, is there a way to add firm assigned contacts into the docs tab to email docs internally? So that's the same thing that Chris was asking about. So I'm going to get out of here. What everybody's asking about, it is high demand, 100%. When you go here and you go to email, you guys want to see, you get your BCCs, you guys want to see staff, whether they're assigned to this case or maybe in the company. Currently, we do not show the staff assigned here. I know it's on the product roadmap to come up with some kind of enhancement. I don't know where it's at, but like I said, you can reach out to your customer success managers. They should be able to give you an update. Now, I will tell you, as being a business consultant, I recommend that people go and add the staff and the attorneys on the counsel tab. So here you can add your attorney and or the paralegal or legal assistants that are affiliated with the case on here. So that way, when you go to do those emails, you'll see them immediately. It's a solution to your current situation. But like I said, sometime in the future, our product team is hearing everybody wanting that. So I know that they're working on that. I just don't know where it's on the roadmap.
All right,
All right.
we've got one more in here, Pam.
Okay.
How do you create and save a new stamp in Edit Generate PDF?
Okay. So let's go back here to case docs. And I go here to edit PDF. And I say PDF editor. Insert. Create new stamp. And then I can choose all my colors, my formats. I'll save that. And then I hit create. Here, it will stay here until I remove it. So it's very similar to what you had in Adobe. And then moving forward, your custom stamp should stay right there. and then I can hit save. Once I hit save, it's going to save the update to here.
All right, that's
All
all the
right.
questions we got.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take a minute and take a breath, but I'm going to stop sharing and I am going to send it over to Miss Lauren, who is our KB content manager. She is the one that does all the KB articles for NEOS. We are very thankful for her. All right, Miss Lauren, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Sounds good. Thanks, Pam. All
You're
right,
welcome.
so let me move that over there. All right, so Pam went through a lot of great areas today for document management. So I'm going to show you a few areas related to the knowledge base. So let's say, for example, you are in settings and you go to your group permissions, which again is under staff or it's permission groups. And then you open that up. This tab says group permissions. When you click the question mark icon to your right, you will see a pop-up showing relevant articles to where you are currently on and also a video tutorial. So in this example, Pam reviewed some permissions. So she took a look at those case permissions as well as directories and those special permissions. And so if you want some more information on how to assign them and what they all mean, just when you drop these down and what they assign to, this would be a great article as well as these others to review. And of course, when you click this, it will open up as a new tab. So this is just one example. I'm going to take you into one of our other cases where we have the documents tab where she went through a ton of information there. And again, when I click that question mark icon, I will see the relevant articles. So she did go through that generating new documents, the uploading documents. So just as a quick example, for example, when I go here, it will open up right over to this article. Now, let's say this one wasn't the one I wanted, but I can click another one. Let's say I want to do upload. It doesn't clutter up your browser, so you'll be able to just go through and have that single tab open. Okay, so let's go back over to here. Let's go to the support portal because there is so much more than just what you see here. So let's jump into the portal and right at our first glance, we see this what's new pane flying out here. So anytime there's something new here, there will be a blue circle in the top left of this tab. And again, this information here is all important to know. So we just had our product release at the end of January. So just gives you a quick taste of what you can expect in the releases. We have our change log, which is a running list of all of the items that we've made changes inside of our product. You can just do like a quick control F to find anything like documents or email, etc. And we also have our marketing what's new page, which you can click through, and this will give you the full end-to-end description about the release and usually has some tutorial videos highlighting some of the enhancements. So take a look through here. And again, Pam did mention about our Neos AI Platinum trial. So if you are interested, you can click here to schedule a demo. And we have an article that goes through a full list of everything you would get with this Neos AI Platinum. So to just close this, I can click the X right up there. I can click what's new, or I could just click right outside and it'll close right immediately for me. All right, so I'm going to take you through, we're going to skip this top portion. I'm sure many of you have heard this before, but let's just jump right into the knowledge base real quick here. Okay, we'll just close that. And so while we're in the knowledge base, again, you can search for articles with a keyword. So if you're looking for something like upload documents or you're looking for a character limit, for example, you could put that in here and then the search will filter out you'll be able to see. So right now we have 866, a little hard to see there, articles. But if I drill down that caret of Neos, I will see all of the categories in which there is information regarding all the different areas inside Neos. So just as an example, today, Pam took a look at permissions. So for example, all that is related to permissions is in this permission category. But if we drill down, we'll see all of the permission groups because again, we do want you to utilize the permission groups so that all the staff that should be in a particular group are in there, and then you just have to set the permissions once for that group. So she talked about special permissions. We also have those case permissions, and of course the directories as well. So take a look there. In addition to permissions, I'll just close that up. We took a lot of time to look at documents. So let's take a look here. And again, that documents tab, if you drill down, there's a lot of information here. So we looked at emailing documents, we looked at duplicating documents. So definitely take a look here for more information. Pam also talked about the NEOS Premium. So all the information regarding bait stamping, how to add that, how to redact, how to annotate the PDFs, all that information is located right in here. Okay, let's see. We also looked at sending documents to DocuSign. So here, this article is chock full of the whole process from start to finish on the details of sending the documents to DocuSign. Just in the documents folder, she mentioned about changing the case documents folder, which as a reminder is not something you would give to everybody, but if you're interested in what that entails, this article will take you through the whole process there. Okay, and just as a reminder, and again, I say this as a reminder because you might have heard this already before, but this middle section will show the articles that in the category or the subcategory that you selected. I like to set this to last updated. This way, I will see the most recently updated articles first. And of course, you can print this article if you'd like. We suggest that you navigate to the knowledge base again to get the most current information first. But the great thing about the print icon is that you'll be able to know the article ID number. So if you look in this header here, you don't need this text here. It's just that number. It's usually a 3 or a 4-digit number. And if this is an article that you want to reference more often, you can just jot that down on the side and just type that in here, and you'll be able to locate any of those articles that you frequent often. Okay, I'm going to close this, and let's just jump back to the service catalog real quick. Just a few other things. NEOS University, if you haven't heard, hopefully you have. We have 4 really great courses where you can get certified in all areas of NEOS, from beginner all the way up to NEOS AI. And even if you're not on the NEOS AI Platinum, but you might want to just learn a little bit more, take a look through here and see if this is something that your firm can benefit from. Okay, and of course they are free. You can take them in your own time. We save your progress, and once complete, we'll give you a Credly badge that you can display on your social media. Okay, also in here we have our Learning Hub. So in here we have all of our tutorial videos. Sometimes we link our tutorial videos inside our knowledge base articles. We also have all of our NEOS Academies. So of course, when you attend a NEOS Academy, we'll send you the recording. But let's say you didn't have a chance to attend, or you attended one a while back and you just want to see the full list of what we have available. These are all available for you. So take a look through here and learn something that maybe you want to remember, or learn something new. We also have our on-demand webinars, as well as, like I said, just a full list of navigating throughout NEOS. And just these are, the great thing about these is these are generally shorter. So if you just want a quick, like, oh yeah, how does NEOS AI chat work? You can just jump into here and get a preview of it, and then hopefully navigate over to the knowledge base to learn more of the nitty gritty of it. Okay. And I think last but not least, if you have any training needs, if you want to reach out to our training department to schedule some training, you can do so by clicking here. And of course, if you need to, you can always get in touch with support by either clicking this button here or this button up above. Okay, I am going to minimize this and get over to our last slide. So we would like to thank you very much for coming to our webinar. Again, NEOS Academy schedule, we have upcoming NEOS Academy sessions. We have them monthly. So if you're interested in joining the next one, go over to this website here where you can register for the next one. Again, we have our NEOS certification. So We urge you to get certified in Neos so you are become a pro user. And Pam did also mention about that Neos Premium, which has our premium documents package, but we also have that Neos AI Platinum, which includes both the Neos Premium and so much more, including Neos AI. So if you are interested in either of these packages, you can reach out to your customer success manager, or you can just email customersuccess@assemblysoftware.com.
So, Miss
Pam, any last
Lauren,
words?
yeah, there is one thing that I neglected to go over with the PDF editor, and I was catching up with all the questions just to make sure we covered everything. I do want to show one other thing about the
Sure.
PDF editor. So if I can have that back. All right, I'm going to show my screen again. And I can't believe I totally forgot this. So everybody can see my screen good? All right. So the question was, how can you move pages away? So when you open up the PDF editor, it's always going to come here to the crop. You can cancel. Once you hit cancel, if you go up here, you can hit where you'll see the side panes of your documents here. If you want to move page 6 to number 1, you can grab it, move it up, and make the changes, and you can move the documents around. It's going to rearrange your order of your documents. So here, or you can say if you want to take 1, 3, you can move them and you're only going to see those specific ones. Once you make your move, you can hit save and it's going to rearrange your order for you. If I take this one and make it the first page, come on, page 1. Oh, let me get rid of that. If I want to move the pages around, I can move them up and down. So this was my original first page. Now this is page 1. I hit save and I select here. It's going to give me my first page again. I just wanted to bring that forward since somebody did ask that and I forgot to go over that.
Well, thank you for showing that to everyone.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate everybody joining Neos Academy. It's always a pleasure to have everybody here. Next month is March. We will be doing Neos Academy on Neos AI. So stay tuned for information regarding some things that are coming up with the Neos AI. And we hope everybody has a good day. Thanks for coming, everyone. Bye, guys.
Thank you.